I read something with interest today, folks. Lisa Riley, that's it, old Mandy Dingle. She's saying not having kids make her feel like an unfinished jigsaw. She's sort of saying that, she's always wanted kids, tried fertility treatment as it, and couldn't have them. And she feels like, as I say, an unfinished jigsaw. But she said, I couldn't adopt. No, I couldn't adopt kids. I couldn't do that. I know many do, but I couldn't. And I couldn't believe it. And I thought, so many are like that. And I just struggled to get that. I've had a family member, somebody that I know that used to be close, was the same way, couldn't have kids. I think wanted them and didn't adopt. And I've just never understood it at all. This person would have made a really, really, really good mother, as it turned out. And I've never got it. I mean, Lisa's saying, no, the worry with adopting is I'd always be worried that they want to go back to the parents, and then you've given them lots of love and then they leave you. And it was weird, and I thought, adopting, isn't that the one where it's really virtually for life or for good? And I couldn't think of what the other one was. I thought, what is it when you have different lots of kids throughout the next sort of 5, 10, 20, 30 years and you keep bringing kids up for shorter periods? And I couldn't think of the word, and I thought, I'm sure adoption's the long term, and it just came to me before recording this, that's fostering, isn't it? You have many people that foster children, and they just, they take them out of homes and bring them through, and then they go to another home and another, and whatever it may be. Adoption normally is for life, and I thought, well, yeah, you adopt a kiddie or two, and maybe when they're of age to want to know who the real parents are, some people don't tell them, although I always believe you should, but when they come to a certain age, they might want to know who the parents are, they might want to meet the parents or whatever else. But I'm pretty certain in any world, if you're a good parent to the child that you've adopted and you bring them up well and you show them nothing but love, I don't think there's any decent person in the world that would bin you for two people that gave them up for whatever reason 5, 10, 15, 20 years previously. They may want to know who the real parents were, the birth mother, father, whatever it may be. They might even want the parents in their lives, which is fine. But I mean, the amount of children that are adopted that call the adopted parents mum and dad, even if they meet the real mother or father, is unbelievable. In fact, many of them will always say, well, look, that is my mum and dad. They bore me, but I've lived with this family for 20, 25 years. They've been absolutely brilliant to me, and this to me is my mum and dad. They brought me up from being a child and to now. So I just didn't get it at all. I just thought it sounded weird, and I know it's a totally different thing, folks. I really, really do. But I feel sorry for dogs in kennels, because I've loved dogs, loved them all my life, and I feel sorry when people abandon dogs and they get left in kennels and sometimes they die or get put down or whatever else, or nobody comes in for them. I think it's awful. And I think it's just the same with children. I know it's different, but the amount of kiddies out there living in homes that don't necessarily need to be, the amount of adults that can't have their own children but would like to for one reason or another that don't adopt, it amazes me, it really does. It's easy for me to say it, folks, because I've had 3 kids of my own, and I've actually had 4, but it was made that I would only have 3. I'd have had 4, that would have done me that, but I'm fine with 3. Had I not been able to have kids, I know 100 million billion % of adopted children. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Some folk don't want children, don't want them at all. I don't understand that, but we're all different. But had I not been able to have them, be it down to myself or my other half, I would definitely have adopted. And it wouldn't have been just 1, it would have been the 3 or 4 that I wanted. And I wouldn't have minded, necessarily what sex they were or what race they were. But I don't know, it surprises me when somebody says they really, really, really want children but aren't prepared to adopt. I just think it's strange, but everyone to their own, I suppose. We're all different, aren't we? We're certainly all different.